Hey everybody, so it's a new year and Katie and I have been working on organization throughout the RV, and today we're going to tackle a project we wanted to complete a long time ago, and that's organizing our kitchen cabinet that we use for a pantry. Now you can see over here that we do have a rack that you can pick up from Target, Walmart, Amazon, really any home store. And while that helped for quite a long time, it wasn't exactly the right size that we wanted, so we weren't really able to maximize our pantry space. So today we looked around the RV and we found some supplies that we had lying around and decided we're going to build our own shelf to our own sizes so that we can really make the most of the space. So as you're watching this, we hope it inspires you to find some things you have lying around in order to make your space a little more useful. But real quick, let's talk about the supplies we're going to need to get the project done. Alright, so with this project, we're trying to keep it pretty simple. As you can see, we have our circular saw, our square, a pencil, our tape measure, our drill, an old piece of scrap wood, actually a piece that we grabbed from the farm up in Wisconsin. And then we have our 1x2s cut into 6 different pieces, which are the legs, and then our screws so that we can go ahead and attach the legs to the piece of scrap wood. So there's a couple supplies that I left off the list that you may want to use, one being sandpaper. Now we did give our top piece and our 1x2 legs a good quick sanding just to smooth out the rough edges. Also, you may want stain or paint. Now we're going to leave ours natural and not add anything to it because it's going to be in our kitchen cabinet and you're not really going to see it, but if you elect to go the other way, you may need paint or stain. And then the third item is a small drill bit. Now we're using 1x2 cedar as our legs, and cedar is a softer wood, so a lot of times as you're going to use your screw to attach it to another piece, it may split and crack. But by using the drill bit and drilling a pilot hole first, it should make it so that that doesn't happen. But anyway, for our shelf, we are going to keep it real simple. We're just going to go straight through the top with 2 screws for each leg, using the pilot hole first, and then we're going to get it inside and see how it works. All right, moment of truth time. Let's see if we can get this shelf in the cabinet. Now, as you can see here, we do have legs on either side, and while that should be strong enough to hold what we plan on putting in here, we did elect to go ahead and add a couple more legs in the middle just for a little extra security. Now, the problem with that is that if you look back here, you can see we do have this bar coming down in the middle of our cabinet. And in order to get the shelf in, we couldn't have the third set of legs already on it because it wouldn't fit in there. So what we did is we went ahead and drilled our holes through the top into the legs, and then added the screws with little points sticking out. So once I get the shelf in there, I should be able to take my legs, put them in there, line up the screws right with the little holes in them, and then drill down, and we should be set to go. But anyway, let's get it in. So there it is. I'm going to grab my stool real quick and get up there with the drill and go ahead and put it down. Alright, so I needed to go grab my legs here. As you can see, I do have the holes pre-drilled on there on both of them. So now what I can do is, now that I mentioned before I have my screws coming down, I can line them up until they feel like they're in position and then screw them down. But anyway, let's go ahead and do it. As you can see behind me here, we've actually doubled our kitchen cabinet and pantry space, which is really awesome. Number one, because the project cost us practically nothing. We had everything on hand and just put it together. And number two is that when you're living in an RV or a tiny space, a little project like this can make the world of a difference. Now, soon we're going to be sharing some tips on how we organized our RV kitchen, but we're curious to know what's worked for you. Anyway, thank you guys so much for swinging by today. Don't forget to subscribe, and we'll see you again soon.